people don't really know as much about crypto and what it can do for you and the benefits of it. Um, I started out about 5 years ago. Started with Acorns. Didn't really know much about Acorns. Made some money off of it, but once I made a couple, couple $100 on it, I wanted to go back and get something more exciting. So I started looking in YouTube, TikTok, and I started looking at cryptocurrency and got smart on that. Linked up with on YouTube and found a guy named Steve at Rocket Crypto. He was talking more about like Shiv, so I jumped into that. So that was one of my first projects. I jumped in. I made about 10K in Shiv off about a $2,000 investment. Sold out fairly quickly, and then got back in. Then jumped into Saitama. Right after that, Steve went there. I followed Steve. I invested about $1,500 and made 56K within 3 months off Saitama. Still, I didn't know much about crypto, and I sold way too early. Way too early. I could have been in the multi-millions if I would have known what I know now. Then I got into other ones, other cryptos, just as I learned and start to get smart on what I was doing. But starting off, and one of the things I learned was you don't need a lot of money to try and get ahead. So that's some of the stuff we're going to talk about today is how to get started, what's important, what to look for, the do's and don'ts, some of our personal stories, good wallets, bad wallets, good cryptos, bad cryptos, what are blue chips, what are, talk about staking platforms, things like that, things that will make your money go further than just sticking it in the bank and not getting any return on it. I've been in BRL token for about a good year and a half, maybe a year and 9 months. I didn't get into it as soon as it came out, but I can say my gains into it is significant. I'm up six figures just in this project alone. So don't be afraid to ask questions. That's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to bring to people we know is, hey, here's another way, So with that said, Denby or Dave, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. So I'm Dave Demo. I share a similar story to Glenn. I started, and funny thing is, we were all like in the same projects. We just didn't know each other. So I was in Saitama, shit, started off. I used to trade stocks. That's how I got started first. So just doing that, like trading like penny stocks. I was going after the penny stocks. I'm looking for the cheap way to make some fast money. So I actually did pretty good. Lost a little bit, found crypto, and I never went back to stocks again. So personally, once I found that, it was like a life changer for me. So ever since I've been doing this, so also joined BRL at the beginning, and I'm up as well. Not six figures, but I'm trying to work my way there. That'll come soon. So, uh, but other than that, like I said, I learned fast. I actually started before the last bull run started. So, that was actually the best time to be in crypto is, if you don't know, is when a bull run is going on. So that's the chance to really maximize your profits, like major. So like we always talk about in the community, millions of people retired, like never worked again after that bull run. So we got that bull run coming up, and we want to try to explain as much as we can. So especially for those that's just coming in to get an idea of what it's really about, and we'll break everything down. So appreciate y'all tuning in today. And Thimby, you can go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah, my name is Tembi, and unlike these guys, I'm pretty new to this. I'm pretty fairly new. Um, I think I started in this community last year, this time, and yeah, I'm not up five figures or six figures like the rest of the guys, but I learned a lot from these two gentlemen right here, and also obviously with Steve as well, following through his videos. And pretty much before that, I did a little bit of forex trading, knew a little bit of crypto, but not that much. But thanks to this community, I actually then got to learn basics. And once I found this platform, this ecosystem, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not looking anywhere else. This is the place to be. So I went through the tokenomics, everything, and it was a good platform to start off with. So I'm still new, kind of like probably majority of people. I didn't know anything, but right now the level where I'm at, I think I'm halfway there, and yeah, I understand a couple of things now, and like I said, it's thanks to these gentlemen right here, and that's why we're here to help anyone else who really doesn't understand. It's not that hard, but we're just here to encourage each other that it's achievable. We can invest and we can grow. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side.
Cool. All right. So let's get into it. And there's a chat group that if you want to ask questions, you can throw them in there. And so one of the questions, and I'll go back up. What is a good amount to get started with? That ain't for me to tell you. That is not for me to tell you. I am not a financial advisor. What I'm telling you is what I've learned in the last five. Bruh, you my bruh. So I'm gonna tell you this. Spend this is what some of the best advice I can give people that are wanting to invest. You have needs and you have wants. Okay. Your needs is I need to pay my bills. I need to pay for my car insurance. I need to pay for my food. I need to do this. My wants, man, I want them Jordans. Man, I want that new jacket. Man, I want to take this girl out on a date. Man, I want to go here. Those are wants. Wants versus needs are way different. Take care of all your needs first and then play with the money that you would normally want to use for wants. All right. That's what I would say. If you have, if you're well off, all right, man, if you're good and you have, say, a savings account, in that savings account, you got a couple $1,000. That's on you. What do you want to play with? What do you want to, what do you want to invest it on? I would say on that note as well, what are you investing in and what is the growth of that and where you're trying to be? All right. So a lot of people will go and say, well, I want to go and invest this. Well, what are you investing it in? And how fast is it growing? Does it hold liquidity? And there's all those things we're going to get into. Um, but that's what I did. I invested my wants, man. I didn't buy some things, that and I own a business, so it's easy for me to, use extra funds. But if you don't have those means, then you pay all your needs off and then you use your wants. Uh, Anybody else want to chime in on that, Dave? Then
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with what you said. You gotta, know what you can afford to risk, put it like that. Because when you're doing these type of things, there's always a risk involved that you could lose money. So always look at it like that. What are you willing to lose? And understand also like what type of projects you're in. Because there's some projects that's a lot better and a lot safer than a lot. So almost I would say the risk is very minimal, put it like that. If you know understand and you're doing the right things, I tell everybody this. And the majority of people that I get them in. the projects that I get them into, they're happy. They're not never had anybody really upset. Oh, I got into this project, I lost. I got into that. That hardly ever happens. So once you understand, you can make your own decisions, and it really becomes very simple. And then you understand. So think of it also like a multiplier. So if I put $10 in this investment and it goes up the 100x, you know, yeah, I made some good money. But what if I put $1,000 now? So you just got to look at it as a multiplier. And again, what are you willing to you can afford to put in?
And that's always a good segue, man. You hear people say, "Oh, I took the money out that I need to pay my car note or my house." I'm like, man, why would you do that? Why would you do that? This is something that you're looking as, yes, it's a way to gain extra income, but you also need to look at it as a hobby, not something that you're trying to go to a casino and now you're in a bad situation. You're looking at it like, hey, I'm gonna spend a little bit on my hobby, and shit, you never know. You'll wake up one morning and you're 10K richer off a $500 investment or $1,000 investment, instead of going and trying to throw $20,000 and throw it all on red at the casino in Vegas, and then you outside trying to sell something that's personal and unique. And so that's what we're doing here. So to caveat what Dave said, on top of that, smart plays. Understand what's a good project and what's not. Know what's blue chips. Like Jared was talking about earlier. He's in blue chip projects. Blue chip projects are safe, solid projects. That's like you saying, I want to invest in Chick-fil-A, or I want to invest in Walmart. These are places that are established and strong. Those are blue chip projects. Do you have room to make money? Not as much. Not as much. It just depends on what it is you're putting in and how big the bull run is. And we'll get into that too. Second thing on that, what's a good platform that's best for beginners? Um, like I said, I started with Acorns, but Acorns wasn't cryptocurrency. I think they're trying to get into it now. Acorns was more investing, like big investing in corporations and stuff like that. I still got my Acorns account, and I still play with that a little bit. Then from there, I went into I did have Dogecoin. I got into all those, but those were a lot of things I didn't understand at first. And so I played with those platforms, and those platforms were dealing with some of those blue chips, some of those cryptos that were already established and they were up to a very high market cap. And my $1,000 or my $2,000 investment wasn't gonna get me to that 6-figure, that 7-figure portfolio I wanted. So I had to start looking into like DeFi projects, new projects that were coming out, people that was looking at solving solutions and trying to figure out what was best for everyday people. So what I did was I went to the DeFi realm of investing, and the platform I like is MetaMask. Um, that wallet platform is a little bit, that interface is very simplistic to me. I've had Coinbase, I've had Trust Wallet, I still got Trust Wallet. Dave's been helping me with that one. But I like MetaMask wallet. You can download it on any Apple, Samsung, Android device. Just make sure it's the right thing. Um, it's just called MetaMask wallet. I'll put the name in the chat, or if somebody want to drop the link. But that's a good one to start with. You don't have to have a crypto.com. You don't have to be on a centralized exchange to buy crypto. You can use your debit card or bank card to purchase what you want, and then go out and buy the the tokens that you want to be in, and what platform, whether it's BCTs, ERC20, BRC20, Solana, all those different blockchains. Then you get to choose which one you want to be in. I prefer MetaMask. I know a lot of people that start out prefer MetaMask, and that's kind of where um, that comes in at. So the amount that's going to be up to you. The platform, I would say best from my personal experience would be MetaMask.
Yeah, and I just kind of chime in with what you're saying on that. So a lot of people, this is the thing they don't understand when you come into crypto. The first thing you're probably gonna hear about is like I think it was Jared the guy asked the question, but about which platform is not necessarily a platform that you want to use because you want to be able to custody and control your own crypto. And in order to do that, you'll have to download a wallet. And once you have a wallet, then you're making your moves. But as long as you're on like Coinbase platforms and you're trading on that, you have to understand that's a whole different world. It's like two different worlds. So the best thing I can say if you're gonna get into crypto, try to learn about DeFi and decentralized platforms like Uniswap. You know what I'm saying? Uniswap is just a swap. It allows you to swap your tokens, but it's not having custody of your tokens. You have custody of your own tokens. And if you really look at it, like platforms like Coinbase, Crypto.com, if you're buying tokens from there, you don't own them, but they're buying them from decentralized and they're selling them to you. So you gotta kind of cut out that middleman and be your own, custodian. And that's something we're gonna talk about a little bit more as well, how to download those wallets and get them funded and be safe, you know.
No, that's the next thing we get into then. So let's get into that segue. So that is the first thing you want to do when you're trying to get into crypto is picking a good wallet. So one of the first things is understanding DeFi is understanding your wallet. Your wallet is basically your bank. It's the bank of Glenn, the crypto black belt, or it's the bank of Dave Demo. It's not Chase Bank. It's not Bank of America. It's none of that shit. It's your bank. So what that does is give you 100% control of your assets. When you take your money and you put into a bank, that bank now holds your money. That bank lends your money out. You don't gain any interest. You don't gain nothing from it. If you put it in savings, some savings accounts don't even give you any interest. You know, and then when you do, what's the rate? 1.3, 1.8, 2% is really not a good percent. And so that bank gets robbed or that bank lose money, they're insured, but you're not. And so you got to think about all these things that you're wanting to do with it. If I hold $50,000 in my bank account, I can't go and pull that $50,000 out as soon as I walk into the bank. That bank gonna tell me to come back 2 or 3 days. It's different. I can put all that money on my card. It's my money. It's right here. I can use it when I want to. So when you choose your wallet, say you get your MetaMask wallet, you go in your app store, your Play Store, you'll type in MetaMask. The link is in the chat. You'll download it. One of the things you don't want to do is don't screenshot your key phrases. Okay. You're gonna write your key phrases down. It's gonna be about 12 to 16 words. Write those down on a piece of paper and put them in a lockbox, put them in a safe, put them in a notebook, write them down. But don't go and take a screenshot and now it's on your phone and then it's in the cloud for everybody to see it. Because if your phone gets hacked or is lost, guess what? Now everything that you own is gone.
And that's what I try to tell a lot of people. I even have some people now that I got in. So I'm asking them now to go check their wallets and see what they got, and they don't even know where they stored their seed phrases. So that means their crypto is just lost forever, and they can never access it. So you have
Never
to
get
have that's your password, that's your account number. You have to have those phrases, you know.
Yeah, I know someone I met
it's
before
like walking in.
years ago, and he's got over like 1 million in there, but he forgot his. So it's like he's trying to write letters and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, it's not gonna work. It's gone is gone. Just gotta keep it safe.
So one of the biggest things when you're starting out in DeFi is security. That's one of the biggest things, is security and staying safe. And so don't take pictures of it. Don't put it on your phone. Write it down in ink on a piece of paper, fold that shit up, put away where you keep all your important stuff, your house deed, your car title, all your important stuff, a filing cabinet. If you're an adult and you ain't got no filing cabinet yet or a folder, you need to do that like now. Like now, you need to get your shit in order and start putting things in order and put it there. I keep my stuff in a safe, a fireproof safe. Um, and then when you do that, start playing with that wallet. Don't just get it, close it, delete it off your phone, reopen use your 12 C phrases. Make sure you can get back in it. Make sure you know how to play with it before you put any money in on it. Before you put any cryptocurrency on it. Make sure you know how to log in, log out, delete it off your phone, put it back on using the 12 C phrases or 16. Know how to function it. Know how to link it to your computer in Uniswap. Play with Uniswap first. If you're not writing this down, write it down. But it is recorded, so we can share it. You can come back and watch it. But these simple things will save you later. Like he said, man, there's people that's lost millions of dollars. I mean, you think about all the Bitcoin stories of people that got thumb drives that they like threw away, and they're trying to get rights to go and dig up, landfills to see if they can't find billions of dollars that they didn't think was ever going to be there, and they've lost it or they forgot their password. Hey, that's the biggest thing I would say. When you're starting out, that's what you want to know first. Is how to work that wallet, how to stay safe, and then how to work Uniswap. Once that happens, then you'll start adding your money into it. And so once you add your US dollars into it, you'll get Ethereum, you'll buy Bitcoin, you'll buy Solana, whatever it is that the blockchain you want to work off of. I like going off the ERC20 blockchain because that's the granddaddy of it all, and that's who I like to work with, and this is just a little bit safer. Are there other ones that's doing things? Yeah, but with everything that's going on across the globe, ERC20 and USDC coins are going to be one of the dominant um, blockchains that's going to be used across, especially the United States. So there's your little nugget for today. Dave, you want to? I miss anything?
No, I feel like that's it as far as onboarding. If you do those things, I mean you'll be good to go. So that's all I had on that. If you had anything else on onboarding.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like you said, security is all you really wanna know, and I would actually, besides the usual losing, you can actually lose your device, you know? Or when you want to upgrade to another, device, you want to purchase a new phone, purchase a new tablet, you want to put in your, you want to reload your apps again. You're gonna need that seed phrase, so you gotta keep it somewhere safe. So it's not always about, oh no, I'm gonna get robbed or anything, but simple things like I'm upgrading my phone, I'm upgrading my tablet or my devices. You're still gonna need that to gain access into your account. So I think that is the other thing. It's quite important to keep your key seed phrases close by and also somewhat secure, and that is not on the cloud. But yeah, pretty much it.
All right, so we'll use this last 25 minutes to now talk about, you know, the Bull Run ecosystem. But before we do that, that first part of onboarding is important, because trying to give you guys too much if you're new to this. I've seen a lot of friends come, hey man, I want to get into crypto, I want to get into crypto, and they go and they jump in and they download some shit and they start doing it, and all of a sudden it's the wrong stuff. They've lost money, and I'm like, man, just wait. Trust me, crypto's not going nowhere. Like I said, I've been in it for 5 years. It's not going anywhere. There's always stuff coming out. Some projects, yes, you do want to get in sooner than others, but this project that we're about to talk about next is, you ain't got to worry about it. It's one of those that just get in it when you're in the right spot, because it's not going to be about what your tokens are. It's about how much you invest and how much you want to get back in return and all those good things. But take the time, download the MetaMask wallet, look up Uniswap. We'll put that in the chat as well, and see what it does. Get on YouTube, look up you know how to use it. I've put a couple links in the Facebook Messenger group that's very educational. There's a lot of videos in there that I personally have watched all of them. That's who I go through and try and get educated and smart on is those links to Steve. And that's what you're also looking for, man. Is somebody that's really out there trying to put everybody ahead. You know, if you find a developer or a program that's out there full of people and they're trying to actually do good thing and positive things with crypto and build a good platform to bring to the community, and then just show people, hey, this is a way we all can prosper and get rich and make money, because that's what he's trying to do as well. And so if you got somebody that's out there doing it right, and everything looks on the up and up, and it's secure to you, and why not? Like I said, I've been in this project going on over a year, and like I said, again, I'm up 6 figures, and I ain't even touched it. You know, I'm not. Yeah, I'm retired and everything else, but I'm just saying, you know, when you hear somebody say, hey, man, this dude got 6 figures in this project and he ain't touched it, I don't have to, you know, because I know where it's gonna go later. You know, 6 figures ain't for me. That's not enough for me. So that's what we're getting ready to get into. So once you understand, like Dave said earlier, what's out there and what to look for, you can take a little and gain a lot. You don't have to worry about, oh man, I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose that. If I put 5,000 in, dang, it's gonna be gone because it's a shitty project. No, you know, we're gonna show you and teach you what to look for, what's good, what's bad, what makes sense. And during this process, you know, once you feel you're smart enough to go out there and do it, you know, go out there and make your money, man. My thing is this: I want everybody to eat. You know, sharing information is free. Shit's free. If you know something and it can make somebody on the other end better, and it doesn't hurt me and it doesn't hurt my family's pockets, why wouldn't I share that information? Especially, say I want to hang out with my friends. You know, I want to hang out with my bros, and if I can't because they don't have the funds, it ain't gonna be a good hangout. I'm gonna have to treat these dudes, and they ain't my wife. You know, they ain't my girl. Why am I got to spend money on them? You know, and so why not put the people around you into good positions as well, if you know there's money out there that they can make too. You know, and that's me. That's how I feel. If I'm making money this easy, where I can go to sleep and wake up and I'm 10K richer the next day, come on, man. Why not share this information with people around you that might have the opportunity to put money forward and reap the same benefits and eat at the same table without eating off your plate? You know, and so that's why this we wanted to start this group, and we wanted to get it out there to people we know. because it's the people we know. I'm not gonna bring people into something that's bad because y'all know me, and I ain't trying to have y'all come to my house looking for me. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna try and put my brother on something, and then that's my brother. That's literally my brother on here. So why would I sit there and bring my fam on here and then he want to put money in it and it don't go right? Man, I got one of my other brothers on here, Mr. George, that you know I teach, and we brothers in other ways. He's in here. He's invested. This guy got in back when it was like 28 cents, 29 cents. He spent like $200. $200. He's up 1,500 right now. And that's back to what Dave said, man. What if I would have put 2,000 in? What if I would have put 5,000 in? And so it's those opportunities, but nobody can tell you what to put in. Like they said, man, it's what you feel comfortable with. $200. If I lose $200, I ain't mad. If I, not mad at all. So next we'll get into the bull run ecosystem, and that's when we'll start talking about like crypto in itself and like what you're looking for in a good platform. And we chose this platform because it is a fucking solid platform. And as you notice, we've been in several projects. If you didn't hear me and Dave, and we've been in some of the same projects. And this project is the first project me and Dave actually linked up and was talking. I didn't know him in Shib. I didn't know him in Saitama. I didn't know him in Shinja. I didn't know him in Mononoke. I didn't know him in none of those other coins that I was in. I didn't know him in Doge, Ethereum. I met this guy in this platform, in this ecosystem, in this community, that because it's a strong, like-minded type of community. And so when you find something solid and then you start talking to people, yeah, I've been in that project, that just shows you that the education of where it is from then to now is we're on the right track. So baby, I'm gonna give you or Dave, whoever wants to pull up the site, and I'll give you guys hosting so you guys can share screen.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. I'll send it over to you, Dave.
Right.
There you go, man. You got it.
All right. Yep. I got it right here. Is it? Yeah. It should be sharing my screen now, right? Can everybody see?
Yep. You're good.
Oh yeah, man. We can see
All
you.
right.
We
Cool.
can see you. Take it away. Take it away. This is Dave's specialty right here. David.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. So first of all, I want to start. Let's zoom out, like we say. Zoom out. Take a look at the market. First of all, as we can see, and everybody know, I'm sure, what Bitcoin is because we hear a lot about Bitcoin, and we hear how good Bitcoin is and how expensive it is. As we can see, it's almost $70,000. So the thing
That's
about
for
it
one
is,
token. That's for
yeah,
one token.
that's for one. Yeah,
Just
that's the
one.
whole. And the thing is, it started at 3 cents. So that's the crazy thing. If you go back and look all time, it started at 3 cents and it went all the way up to $70,000. Nobody knew that, but I'm sure there were a lot of people that got in early. That's billionaires right now, trillionaires right now, just from getting in early. So that's like one of the first things in crypto. You want to be able to get in as soon as you can, at the cheapest price you can get in. That's the thing, and that's how you can multiply your money. So just to kind of go back, and you can come here. This is Live Coin Watch here. This is one of my sites I love viewing because you can come here, see all the crypto prices, see where everything's at, liquidity, looking at the market caps. You can see everything here, a lot of information. So just to kind of make a long story short, Now, in crypto, the thing is there's a bull cycle and there's a bear market. So the bull cycle usually lasts over a course of months, but the bear market it goes on for years, almost 4 years until another bull cycle starts. So in that time, everything's down. Prices are down, Bitcoin's dropped, everything's dropped down to their lows, and it stays like that for years. Now, the thing is with Bull Run, that's where Steve found that solution to that problem, and he made it to where the Bull Run token can have a bull run all year round. All it needs is that high volume that you see that all of these tokens have. So if you look here in the volume category, you'll be able to see here that all these tokens volume is in the billions, billions, millions. Even if you go down the list, 100 of these tokens and keep on going, you'll see all high volumes. How did they get that? They got those high volumes all because they all been through bull runs, you know. But the thing about that is these tokens still lose value and they go down to their lows when the bull run ends. So back to bull run, what Steve did was he made it in a way, like I said, that it's retaining a lot of that liquidity. So when the bear market comes, after going through a bull run, we won't have to worry about the issue that all of the other tokens had. So I don't know if you want me to go through everything, or I don't want to take everything. I know you know this as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You're on the right track, man. Go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, you pretty much like I said, we all been in this project going on what 2 years. Next month will make 2 years that this project has been launched. So I'm gonna scroll down to the tokenomics so we can take a look at this. So like I said, when Steve created this project, he put a 6% tax on the buys and sales. So what that tax does, 1% of that is true burn, which means that the supply started with 1 million tokens. But if we go to the Ether scan and we take a look, we'll see now we no longer have 1 million tokens. And I have videos that kind of further explain the whole process and what this does. So what this does, this burn, it locks in liquidity and it increases the value of the remaining tokens. So as we burn tokens, the value goes up. That pushes the price up in itself. Just the burn alone. So that's one way that he retained liquidity. Now 3% of that tax also goes into our liquidity pool. And that's a big difference from stocks and crypto. In stocks, you need someone that's selling to be able to buy. In the same way, other way around. To be able to sell, you need someone that's buying. But in crypto, everything is done in a liquidity pool. So if you think of a pool, there's the money in the pool and there's also the tokens in the pool. So you're not waiting for anybody to make a move. You're just interacting with that liquidity pool. So, like I said, 3% of the transaction stays in the liquidity pool. And like I said, I have videos to kind of explain that further as well. And it breaks everything down. Now, the another thing also is 1% goes to USDC distributions. So what that is Steve created a staking platform to where if you want to stake your tokens, you can go ahead, stake your tokens in the platform, and you'll receive an income from that. And I think Glenn talked about that a little bit as well a while ago, earlier on. So the idea is that with the scarcity and the staking, is going to allow the price to continue to rise. So the idea is that one day bull run could be the price of that you saw see Bitcoin at because it's retaining liquidity, it's burning the supply, and you're also getting paid without even having to sell. So if anybody kind of want to take over and kind of explain anything else.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and say, I know you guys are hearing Dave talk a lot about liquidity, 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 and that is the core of what Bullrun is. Because liquidity allows investors to get in and get out at any time. You know you're safe. That's a security. That's another security aspect of any good project that you're looking out for. Because you want to be able to, as an investor, you want to know that I'm gonna get in with X amount, and once things run up, I can actually get out comfortably. That's the downside. You heard Dave talking about, when before he started, he zoomed out. That's a problem with most of these projects. If you go out there, you can actually see, oh, okay, fine, everything's going up, but look at the liquidity pool, and there's nothing there. If people actually decide to start taking out their money and start selling, you know, they can empty the pool and leave other people, majority of the people, hanging. But now that's a good thing about this ecosystem is all these three ways of retaining liquidity. They're just there to protect you as an investor, us as investors. At any point in time, you don't really have to sell now. Some people have got six figures and they're comfortable hanging in there. Why? Because they know the tokenomics are good. Everything is good on that platform. So at any point in time, investors are safe. You don't have to, and you know, unlike the um, fiat space with banks and stuff, a bank can be illiquid at any time, and they can just shut down. And what about you? You got your money stuck in there, but with this, um, you're safe. At any time, you're good.
So let me jump in and put some crayons on this. So what does that mean? We hear things about liquidity, and you talk about tokens, and we talk about crypto. What is that? What is that doing for me? What is that? How is that helping? So, say you own a business, or say you have a house, 2 cars, and your house is worth 500,000. Your 5 cars are worth 300,000. So now you say you're worth $900,000. That's the value of your home, your cars, and everything you have. So you can say, hey, I'm a millionaire. Well, do you have the liquidity to say you're a millionaire, or are you just a millionaire on paper? All right. So when you start thinking about liquidity, hey man, I'm worth $1 million. Yeah, you got $1 million in your bank account? No, but all my assets are worth $1 million. Well, that's not being liquid. I can't reach in the bank account and pull that $1 million worth of assets out in cash. I'm gonna have to sell off my shit. And now that means my value goes down. So when you hear these guys, when we talk about liquidity and market cap, the more liquidity a project has compared to the people that's in it in the market cap means that you are going to be able to cash out and take your money with you without killing or damaging their project. You think about some of the biggest businesses that's out there, and they say, oh man, they got liquidated. They didn't have the money, so they had to shut the whole fucking business down. Well, I thought they said it was worth $5 billion. And the business was, but they didn't have that shit in the bank account. So when it was time to pay their investors and the board and all their people, they didn't have the money. So they got liquidated and had to sell off. It's the same way in crypto. You can't jump into a project that has a massive market cap and a small ass liquidity ratio to market cap. You're gonna get run over. You're gonna get burned, and that's the difference between blue chips and new upcoming cryptos, and then what's a good platform, what's not a good platform, what's going to be a good investment, what's not a good investment, what's just somebody fucking hyping up a token compared to you actually getting dividends out of it. And so this is a little segue into it. This is kind of like scratching that first surface for some of you that don't know anything about crypto, and you're trying to figure out, well, how do I make my money stretch? How do I make my money grow? Oh, SHIB sounds like a good project. It was back then during the bull run when everything was going crazy. But now that we see that there's no burning mechanism, there's no like high lock liquidity, you can what is it doing? There's it has so many tokens and it's saturated. There's no way to shrink the supply. It's not deflationary. And so nothing's wrong with SHIB. I'm just saying it's gonna get there when it gets there. But what you're trying to do is what's another strong platform now that I'm smarter and more educated on how crypto works. And now that I know that liquidity is one of those things that I need to be hunting for compared to market cap, which projects are out there that satisfy those needs, and what's going to give me the most money for my my return. So that's when you have all this, and that's when you jump into projects that's not only that you're able to invest in, but now I don't have an incentive to sell my tokens, because the incentive is if I stake them, I'm going to get USDC in return off of the volume that comes in. And in that, my initial investment continues to steady grow without me ever even having to touch it. So that's what we're going to be getting into. That's what we're going to be explaining. And off of learning off of this strong platform, you will know, hey, okay, I'm learning on this, I'm gonna get in this, but I'm also gonna jump in this, because now you're educated. And the best way to be able to, I think, go out there and really tackle this new venture of what crypto is coming around to be is you got to be in a solid, strong project that does everything that we're talking about, and solves issues that even simple businesses are having on how to retain liquidity, how to retain money in their business. So if they do get liquidated, the money's there and the business stays afloat. And so that's what this platform is.
Yeah.
MB, you wanna? Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. You can go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so like Glenn mentioned, staking, which is a big part of what we're excited about, because we've actually when the project launched, for those that don't know, BRL launched at 3 cents, just like Bitcoin launched at 3 cents. So within a week, it was at almost $5 per token. If you can see here on the chart, that was the all-time high. And a little bit after that, Steve introduced the staking platform. So once you stake your tokens, man, we were receiving USDC every day, which is a stable coin. So USDC is pegged at $1, which is a like I said, it's stable coin. We were receiving that daily, and the amounts we were receiving, man, I don't know any account that pays you that much. So we were receiving some nice rewards there. And that's part of what the whole idea is about, like I said. So along with that, in the staking platform, we have staking NFT boosters. So these boosters, which I bought five, you can buy a maximum of five boosters. I bought five right away when they were released. So staking those boosters gives you a 6% boost. So you start off at 70% of your USDC distributions, but each booster boosts you 6% up to 100%. So in other words, if let's say someone has the same amount of tokens as you have no boosters, but they have five boosters. When you receive $70, they'll be receiving 100. If you were receiving $700, they were receiving 1,000. And then you start to see how the boosters, down the long term, how they affect your rewards. But that's a big part of it. And Themby, if you want to add anything, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna come back a little bit. Um, but you know what? You can go ahead, and then I'll come right back at the end.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, and this is a very, I would say, unique contract because there's no contract where you can stake your tokens and also stake your NFTs. So, and these are all things you can verify through the blockchain. If you go here, you can actually see all of this. I actually had the contract open for those that know about coding. It's a it's a very, very unique contract, like I said. So if you were to come here to the Etherscan, you can go ahead and see our staking platform right now. We have 75% of the total supply staked right now. So that's out of 100%, almost 75 is in the staking platform. 13% is in the liquidity pool that I mentioned. We only have 13% left. So you would come to the liquidity pool to buy, and you can also sell. It would show up here. But that's just to show like how much, everybody's looking forward to those staking rewards. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add. You can go ahead.
Yeah, you got to look at that. To have 75% of the community has staked their tokens. I must hey when when the USDC rewards were getting pumped out, I was getting, and I want to say I might have had about $6,000 at the time, $7,000 at the time in BRL. I didn't have what I have now. I just started getting into BRL. And I used to sit at the kitchen table, and my wife used to walk by, and I used to have that shit open, and you can see your money growing in real time. You can't even do that at a bank. You can't do that at a bank. And every week, with just the little amount I had, I think I had about, at that time I was trying to get into the well group, so it was like 7 cents. So I probably had about 10, not even a max wallet. I didn't even have 10,000 BRL tokens yet. And I was getting about $400 a month. That was during the bear market. That was $400 a month. That was $100 a week, with me not doing anything but staking my tokens and just waking up in the morning and checking my balance. And I was getting 400 a month with not even investing a lot at that point. And what I was doing, I was taking that 400 and just buying more BRL, because I was like, damn, if I can get more BRL, then my $400 is going to be more at the end of the month. And so I would compound it and just compound it and compound it and compound it and compound it to where now I'm one of the biggest holders in this platform, because a lot of people sold. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not selling. I'm going to keep mine. But this is before people knew what exactly BRL was and how much money they could have made if they didn't pull it out. It's like, why cut down your apple tree when it gave you only 1 month of apples and you cut it down? See that, and so now they're all out. And so now look at it now. Here comes the bull run again, and now it's about to start all over again. But this time we didn't have all this. It wasn't is where it is now. So the first week, people didn't know what they had the first week. First week it ran up to $5 because it was a new token and everybody was, yeah, let's make, but they didn't know. And this is a bear market, not even a bull market yet. We're just now approaching. Man, think about it. Whatever you chose to invest right now, and if this thing ran up to 50, 60, $100, $1,000, who cares if it's next year? Who cares if it's 2 years from now? I'm gonna tell you what I invested wasn't even close to the six figures I got right now. It wasn't even close. I didn't spend no more than 10. Put it that way.
Yeah,
I didn't.
same
I didn't
thing with
put no
me.
more than.
Same
I
thing
didn't
with
put no
me.
more than 10 racks in this. I didn't put no more than 10K in this project over a
All right.
2 year period, and it wasn't even my own money. It was money that I kept rolling over because it was $400 a month I was getting off of USDC. So now I wasn't even spending money. I was spending reward money. See what I mean? So now I get to go and do all this other stuff without having to dip into my own pocket again. So I invest what I needed to invest, and everything compounds, and I never have to dip into my own funds anymore. So, all right, back at you, Dave.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing that we've learned from Steve is to fact checking. You gotta check the facts, right? And the fact of the matter is, Bullrun BRL was launched in the worst ever bear market. But look at the performance that it did. When you look at the chart right now, back then, everything was just down. But if you look at the performance there versus what was happening at the time overall in the crypto space, it was bad. But this was a performance that it did. And even right now, you know, I mean, everything around was okay. But if you look at the time when it started running up, that's what bull run is all about. Triggering its own bull run whilst everything, be a bull in a bear market. I think that's a statement that we always talk. Be a bull in a bear market. So it doesn't matter what's happening out there, but inside this ecosystem, you know, the way it's been built, the way it's been set up, things just run up on their own. And those are facts. It's something that you can verify, on Etherscan and everywhere. And second fact is we were actually talking about this yesterday. BRL is the third most staked platform in the entire crypto space. 75%. Like you pulled up on the chart, 75%. That's the third most staked. That's a fact. And pretty soon that's all about to change. Once the bull run hits, that's all gonna change. So one thing that I appreciate about the ecosystem is the way it's been built. There's no other project out there with a dual staking platform like BRL. There is no other project that retains liquidity the way BRL is. Now, I'm not bootlicking the project or anything, but it's facts, right? We always talk about fact checking. It's there. It's facts that can be verified on chair. I'm not just pulling this thing randomly out of my magic hat or anything, but these are actually facts. And like my brother's here talking about, brother Glenn is talking about, he was getting 400 bucks a month off of rewards. Those are facts, right? And even my brother Dave here, he was also getting his reward. These are facts. So one thing that I think that is one thing that I like about this ecosystem is how everything actually checks out, as opposed to other platforms that you go out there. They don't really have these things that we're talking about. It's just hearsay. You just gotta assume, oh, okay, it is what it is. But you know, one of the things you want to do once you get into a project, get your facts right, verify, check if everything checks out. Go on Etherscan. I'm pretty sure if you go on the website as well, there's a portion where you can fact check. You can check the audited contracts. O3 contracts, they've been audited. You can actually go on there, click, go through. Yeah, there you can go. They've all been audited. It's do your own research. Do IR, your own research. Um, these are the things that you need to look out for and those are the things that I started to look out for as well when I was looking at the project, and ticked all the boxes for me. So yeah.
But I think that's where we'll wrap it up for today, man. Don't want to overwhelm people with too much shit. Um, let everybody that wants to go out, get your MetaMask wallet, do your research, get on Uniswap. The links are in the chat. If you're on the Facebook group, and you're more than welcome to always get in there and ask questions. You can call on there if you need to like hit somebody up, do a Facebook call. But if you want to know, man, reach out. Say something. Next week we'll go over say liquidity and really breaking down like the project itself, the taxes, how that breaks down into where's it going, um, and just really break down the platform on BRL. And with that, how to read Etherscan, the holders, the wallet addresses, um, how to add stuff to and from your wallet, and then look at how to purchase, and then how to stake, and then how to look at other projects and how to get into it. If you guys are wanting to get into the project sooner, hey, reach out to one of us. Reach out and ask a question if you want to know. Um, there's no charge for you to stake or unstake. So some of these staking platforms out there, I see that question, so I thought I answered. There's a lot of staking platforms out there that will charge you to stake and unstake. They'll charge a fee, or they'll penalize you if you take it out sooner than you should. There's some platforms that are like, um, if you unstake sooner than you're supposed to, then what happens is they might charge you, or you can't unstake, or you got to keep it locked for 90 days or 100 days, and you can't unlock it at all. This platform is none of that. It's none of that. You can stake and unstake as many times as you want. Only thing you will do is the transaction fee. And that's because you're still using the ERC20 token. You still got to use Uniswap in the platform. So that's like their little tax charge. But they're not taking your BRL. They're not taking your USDC. They're not doing any of that. They're using the gas that you use for Ethereum. So don't, if you want to, you can reach out to anybody here. If you want to jump into the TG or Telegram, there's always somebody there to help.